What's going on, guys? We are prepping for a drift event this weekend. It's the Neon Nights at Ozark International Raceway. It's a 2-day event, so it's a Friday and a Saturday. Friday we are drifting till like midnight, and then Saturday pretty much all day. But I figured I could kind of give a rundown on everything that we bring to the event and the reasonings for it. And since we're camping at the track, we're gonna be sleeping in the truck. We'll bring a tent just in case, but I think we'll just stay in the truck. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the setup of how we're gonna be sleeping in the truck. So we obviously have a camper shell on our truck, which allows us to sleep back here and not get wet. We have a mattress rolled back right back there. We're gonna roll it out, use a little air pump with the cigarette lighter, pump it up, and should be good. I mean, it doesn't hit the wheel wells, or it hits the wheel wells, but it doesn't like go over the wheel wells, so it's perfectly in between there. The only problem with it is it comes out a little bit past the tailgate, so we'll probably just sleep with our feet hanging out. But if not, we can always lower the air in the air mattress a little bit and then lift the tailgate up, and it'll put enough pressure on the mattress to basically hold the air pressure in, and you can still sleep on it. So that's kind of the plan with the truck and sleeping situation. We will have a jump pack, which I just kind of see that little yellow jump pack in the back of my 240. I normally, we can plug anything onto it like USBs, so we'll put like chargers and stuff on there, so we can still charge our phones and GoPros and stuff like that. But tire situation. So I always end up bringing far too many tires to drift events, and I'm gonna change it up this time. Bringing the set that's on here, they're brand new. I got that unmounted set, and I'm gonna bring this set because it's halfway used. I can just go ahead and burn them off. Typically I go through about 2 to 3 sets of tires on a 2-day event at Ozark. Depends on the track, because if you're doing hot lapping, you're gonna burn through them a lot quicker, but with Ozark, you kinda do a lap and you're done. And then you go back and wait in line. And then if it's a comp, obviously you're gonna do a lap and then go back to start line, do a lap really quickly again, and then go wait. So you're not just like roasting your tires constantly. So I'm only gonna bring 2.5 sets of tires. I think it'll be fine. I don't think we'll run out of tires. I think we'll be good. So I'm loading up the truck right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I'm bringing in like the accessories box. And so that's the first thing I'm gonna load up. So I'm gonna talk about it really quick. I bring a ton of rags. This is about half the amount of rags I'm bringing. I have some in the dryer that I gotta go get out right now. These are just microfibers. They're nice to have if it's raining. You could throw some Rain-X on there and wipe your windows off and everything. You got anything you need to use microfibers for, you can. They're pretty nice. Inside here, I got a couple extra like snap rings for like my shifter, a couple extra brake lines, extra serpentine belts. I mean, serpentine belts can break, and a little $10 or $15 belt for doing your entire day at a track. I can't find power steering belts at like every O'Reilly's, so being able to bring them to like to the track and stuff is really nice. A couple extra sets of spark plugs, get something starts misfiring. Basically just a bunch of extra little things that I don't normally need but might. A couple extra like wiring connectors, and I normally bring in my toolbox I bring like wire strippers and stuff like that, so that'll talk about in a bit. Next, I bring fluids. So fluids are important. I got oil, I run 1540, some water, track requires water. I just used last my water wetter, so I'm gonna stop on the way there and pick up some more. I have a tiny bit left in here, but brake cleaner, you always end up having to clean something. It happens a lot. WD-40, whatever, you might need it. Some diff fluid, brake fluid, ATF I use in power steering, and obviously the Rain-X we're talking about. This is an extra starter. I bring a starter in case, like I bring just basic little stuff that I know if it breaks, it's gonna suck. So I bring a starter because they're relatively easy to replace on these things, and if I just have it with me, I can replace it in like 30 minutes. Cool, I don't have to sit there push starting the car every time. This is basically like yarn. I use this to align my car or help align my car. I also have a toe plates that we bring. Speaking of toe plates, here we are. I'm gonna add these to the bin. Toe plates are really nice to have. If you tap somebody with your tire or you go off track and you wanna make sure your car is in alignment, you can very easily use these and just like test your alignment, as well as I use the yarn as well as a secondary like option if I need to align between the front and the rear. I just threw in a battery charger, and that's because if I'm gonna be charging my phone off of the jump pack and GoPro's off jump pack, I don't want to basically like drain it and then can't use it. So I'm gonna bring that as well. So that way I can charge the battery during the nighttime. My 240 for some reason like I'll go a week without the battery drained at all, and then I'll drive it and I shut it off, and then all of a sudden the next day it's completely dead. So I don't understand the issue with it, but I'll bring that, just plug it in whenever I'm done driving it, and it should be good to leave the car charging overnight. So we talked about bringing all of that spare stuff in case we need it, like the spare starter or the liquids and stuff like that. The other thing I bring is a spare differential. You can't really tell, but diffs are super easy to replace. You can do them in like 30 minutes, and really sucks because with cars like 240s, when you put any more power in them, the diffs can handle a decent amount, but you don't know when they're gonna break. So bringing an extra diff, they're like $100. They're a little heavy, which kind of sucks, but you put it in your truck, leave it in the truck, might not even have to move it. It's pretty nice. Started raining on me a little bit, but I went ahead and loaded stuff up. I got the bin up and the tires put in here. And I was loading this up, I forgot to mention this. This is a little water pump. It's nice to use whenever if it's like super hot out, you can put water in here, bring it to the starting line, pump it a little bit, it puts some pressure in here, and then you can spray your car off. So you can spray the radiator and stuff. It's pretty nice. It just allows everyone's car to cool down, allows your car to cool down, keep stuff safe, don't want to blow anything up. We're gonna bring an extension cord. Green, come here. Chuck it back there, and I'm gonna grab this big old fan. This fan is nice whenever it's super hot out. You plug it in at the pits, and everyone can cool off a bit. So, next thing we're talking about is tools. You don't need much tools. I mean, the basics of stuff you can bring to fix your car if it breaks. So like, the stuff I'll need for a diff, or the stuff I'll need for a starter. I'll bring impact guns for the tires so I can get the wheels off, and like I bring like zip ties and little hose clamps, stuff like that. I mean, that's the same stuff like you see in that bin that was in the back. It was like hose clamps and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't need much. I mean, I bring a hammer because you got to hit something out, C-clamp for like brakes and those in case I gotta pop off a suspension arm or something. Drill bits in there. I'm gonna grab my little Craftsman drill, as in little Craftsman impact, and then I'll bring an extra battery in case we need it. But for the most part, the only things I really use is sometimes I use an impact gun and like sockets. So I'll use like wrenches and sockets. So I'm not gonna bring any of my Snap-on stuff because the stuff's expensive. If somebody was to be an asshole and steal my stuff, I would be annoyed. So I'm gonna bring just a little bit of sockets. I got Craftsman wrench, some cheapo extenders, and the wrenches and screwdrivers. And that's pretty much it. Like, you don't need much, just enough to be able to work on stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna bring like my jack and 2 jack stands, and that should be plenty. I don't need much. Toolbox is loaded up. We got the basics of tools. We got jack stands, a jack, the jack handles, toolbox, and I brought a tire iron just in case, like, run out of battery or something, have to get the tires off. So last thing I am going to put in here, like big item, is that differential we talked about earlier. I think it's kind of a pain, so I'm just gonna carry it over there now. So that's enough of the car stuff. There's a few other things you should bring if you don't have like a garage. So you can bring like those canopy tents. Those are super nice because if you don't have a garage, getting out of the heat, like the number one thing if it's crazy hot, or out of the weather if it's like raining. They make these little like weight things, I guess, for those canopies. You can put those on the ends and it holds it down, or you can like zip tie it to your wheels or something, like of a spare wheels, and that kind of works too. But if it's high winds, it won't work. I always bring some foldable chairs. It is super nice to have a place to actually sit and eat lunch whenever you are not driving. When you are starving, or you've been sweating in the car all day, being able to come back to that fan on you, just sitting in that chair, just kind of relaxing, eating a sandwich or something, or whatever the food trucks have, super nice. Now, I've seen horror stories. I don't want to be one of those guys. I know there's a fire extinguisher in the car, but I'm gonna bring one, leave it close to the tailgate. That way, if we absolutely need it, we can use it. I'll probably put it right now, just right here. Probably get moved around a lot, but for now we at least have access to that. There's been multiple guys that have had like their whole truck and trailer burned down, and then their car was in the trailer, and I don't want that to happen. That'd be awful. Obviously you're gonna be eating food and eating water. We're gonna bring just a giant cooler. It's gonna be full of ice with water, sandwich stuff, and basically just fill it up at the gas station on our way whenever we're getting gas in the truck. There's nothing in it yet. I'll fill it up tomorrow morning since we're leaving tomorrow morning, but cooler is a necessity. So obviously I haven't shown everything that I'm gonna bring. I still gotta get blankets for the bed of the truck, so it's gonna be kind of cold at nighttime. Clothes for the extra days that I'm there, and on the way home I like changing clothes so I'm not in the sweaty clothes I wore all day. GoPros, chargers, and all that, like deodorant, body wash for showering at the track. And the last couple things, other than that, going into the bed of the truck and like getting ice in the cooler, last couple things we got to do is get the ratchet straps in a situation like that. But I can kind of show you what we're doing. We're not really like packing those up because we got to load everything up on the trailer tomorrow morning before we leave. It's raining right now, so I'm just not wanting to load everything up. So we got all these ratchet straps here. These are not getting put in the trailer yet because we're going to be using them. We're going to bring the Grom, we're going to bring the 240 obviously. The straps are going to get used for the bike rack that's up there. The Grom's going to sit kind of crooked, and then the 240 will sit here, and just strap everything down and throw the extra straps in the bed just in case like a strap breaks or something. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for stuff I bring to the track for drift events. If you bring anything yourself that I don't, let me know why, or let me know your reasoning, and maybe I'll add it to my list. But overall, I will make a video on Neon Nights. It should be pretty sick. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.